Hey everyone, it's Amy. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created these vintage inspired set of nails. So I have my press-on gel X nails prepped and ready to go. And the first color I'm going to be using is Madam Glam's New Me. This is a yellowy tan shade, and this is going to be perfect for my background because I'm going to be creating some old papers that have been aged and have been burned on the edges. So this is going to be a great background shade. I'm going to do 2 coats of this on all of the nails. And this video is a collaboration with Vicky. She is Glitter Sparkle Nails UK on Instagram as well as on YouTube. We decided to do a vintage theme for this collab, so I will insert her picture up on the screen. You can see we went 2 very different ways with our inspiration for vintage. Hers is this cute, like, I picture it more like an old china set, like a glazed china set is kind of what it reminds me of. And then I did more of a like burned paper, old papers type of a set. So it's really cool how you can have one idea and get 2 totally separate designs out of it. But I will leave a link to her Instagram as well as her YouTube in the description box down below. So as soon as you're done with this video, definitely head over to hers and check out her video. Next, I'm going in with Madam Glam's Boston is Calling. This is a medium brown shade. It's pretty rich chocolatey shade. And I'm going to put it on my palette here, and I'm going to take a sponge and I'm just going to start to sponge some of the color on, more on the edges and just kind of splotches here and there, but nothing too thick. We're going to kind of work in layers on this one. So here I go ahead and do a second coat of that brown smudged on. Then I'm going to go in with Madam Glam's We Were on a Break, which is a dark, cool-toned brown. And I'm going to use this to kind of outline the edges of the brown smudges. So this is going to be the part of the papers that have been burned. So after I get the rough outline drawn out, I do go ahead and go back in with my sponge and I buff that out because you don't want the lines to be too perfect because again, it's a paper that has been burned around the edges. It is very uneven, jagged. It's not perfect. Next, I'm going in with Madam Glam's Touches of Bronze No Wipe Top Coat. So this is a newer one from Madam Glam, but it is a no wipe top coat that has bronze flaky scattered throughout. So I'm going to do a coat of this on all of the nails. It's going to prep the nails and get ready for some stamping, and then it's also going to give it an extra layer, adding some of those flakes in there. Now going in with some stamping. These are the 4 stamping polishes I'm going to use. This first one is a mauve pink, which is number 173. Then I have a red. This is number 9. I have this gold. The label fell off, but I believe this is number 3. And then I have a dark brown, which is number 112. And then for stamping plates, I have clear jelly. Let's Collab plate number 87. This is Flora. I'm going to use the scroll kind of cursive writing in the corner. And then the other one is a Let's Collab plate number 31. This is Romantic Rebel plate. I'm going to pull the flowers off of this one. So starting off with our script plate. I'm going to use the dark brown stamping polish, and I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to do it on all of the nails, and I'm going to do it on the space that I have the light tan shade in the background, and you'll see how I kind of smudge it out later, but generally I want the script more on the lighter portion of the nail. And once I have all of the nails done with the brown polish, I'm going to go back in with the gold polish, and with the same stamping image, I'm going to just slightly shift over the image so that way it almost looks like that brown is a shadow underneath for the writing. So again, for this design, we're working in a lot of layers. There's a lot of depth to this. Now here's where I clean up the writing. So I take a brush dipped in acetone and I go ahead and I erase any of the writing that gets on the darker brown portions, because again, the darker brown is what has been burned away, so the writing should no longer be there. It should only be on the lighter portion of the nail. Next, I'm going to go in with the other stamping plate, the Romantic Rebel, and I'm going to use the red shade. I'm going to stamp some flowers. I'm going to take mostly the rose images, but I did pull a couple of the other flowers. And this one, I'm just going to add just some accents of some flowers on the nails, kind of overlapping where the burned part and then where the paper is. And once I have the base of the flowers stamped down, I do go back in with that mauvey pink shade and I do the outline for the flowers. And here I'm going back in with that dark brown shade from Madame Glam, and I'm just adding a little bit of depth back to the edges of the paper and just adding a little bit more color to it. But other than that, this design is done, so I'm going to go in with a regular top coat. This time I'm using a Young Nails finish gel, and then after that is cured, I do go back in over with a matte top coat, so I did pull the Light Elegance's flat matte top coat on top. So here's how the nails came out. I think they came out super cool. I've actually done this design a long time ago. I have a photo, I'll put it up on the screen. I never did a video for it. That was before I think I started YouTube, but I was doing nail art. So I have been wanting to recreate this for a long time, this vintage rose set. And since Vicky wanted to do a vintage theme, I thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to recreate this set and revamp it and get a video going for it. So thank you so much to Vicky for inviting me to do this collaboration video. It was so much fun. I'm excited to see her video because, again, we went with totally different designs, which is awesome. So again, go check out Vicky. Her information will be linked in the description box down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy my tutorials. Make sure you subscribe for more videos coming up very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.